what they have to say. And we continue to pray that your Holy Spirit will move within the hearts and minds of the people of this nation, so that, Lord, patience will be their lot as the sitting goes on, as we continue to hear revolutions, things that may be hurtful, things that may be unpleasant. But give us the courage to allow the due process of the law to take its course. And for we know that you will deal justly with each and every one. This we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much indeed, my Bishop. Council, are we ready with this morning's witness? If so, please proceed.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Commissioners. Good morning to you all. The witness is in the waiting room. Can I ask that he be brought in?
I, Yusuf Asani,
I, Yusuf Asani,
do swear that
I'll speak the truth,
I'll speak the truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Sane. Welcome to the TRRC.
Good morning, ma.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm fine, ma. Thank you.
Thank you for honoring our invitation. We have quite a lot to cover today.
Yes, ma.
But I will first start by introducing myself properly, because we met very briefly this morning.
Yes,
my name is Horaja Balagay. I will be asking you questions today on behalf of the commissioners.
Yes, ma.
At the end of my questions, the commissioners may also ask you additional questions, and then you will be allowed to make a final statement.
Yes, ma.
You have just taken an oath to tell the truth, the
Yes,
whole
ma.
truth.
Yes, ma.
You understand what that means?
Yes, ma.
And you do understand that it is an offense to lie or mislead the commission.
Yes, ma.
You have been informed of these rules, but I just repeat them for the sake of the record. Additionally, there is interpretation going on into the local languages.
Yes, ma.
During your testimony, we will start in English, but you have also requested to speak in Mandinka at certain points,
Yes, ma'am.
and also in Jola at certain points.
Yes, ma'am.
So we will alert the interpreters when that time comes, because they need to switch the interpreters from different booths in order for them to interpret it.
Yes, ma'am.
But as you and I are speaking right now in English, there is still interpretation into Wolof and Mandinka and Fuller in here, the hearing room. So we must speak slowly.
Yes.
And please allow a break between when I end my speech and when you begin to respond to my questions, just so that there won't be any overlapping speech.
Yes, ma'am.
So that will make it a bit slower, but we do have the time, and we have a lot to cover. If at any point my questions are unclear or you would like me to repeat my question, please feel free to do so.
Yes, ma'am.
The topics that we will cover today are just the background of who you are, so your personal details, your educational background, as well as your work experience.
Yeah.
We will talk about your role as a physical guard at Kanilai.
Yes, ma'am.
We will also talk about any incidents that you may have witnessed at that time,
Yes,
which
ma'am.
are of interest to the Commission.
Yes, ma'am.
Then we will talk about your role as one of the former orderlies of former President Yahya Jammeh.
Yes, ma'am.
We will also talk about other incidents that you have knowledge about or you may have witnessed during that time. And we will cover a lot of information about generally what kind of person Yahya Jammeh was, the type of experience you had working with him. We will also talk about another topic, which is the focus of the theme of the Commission right now, which is on sexual and gender-based violence.
Yes, ma'am.
And then lastly, we will talk about your arrest and detention, as well as members of your family.
Yes, ma'am.
And so those are the 5 big topics, but of course there's a lot to cover within most of the topics.
Yes,
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you ready to proceed with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. For the record, can you please state your full name?
My name is Yusufa Sane.
Mr. Sane, can you tell us when and where you were born?
I was born on the September 11, 1976 in Sifo village.
And can you give us a brief history about your educational background? So telling us which institutions you attended and the years when you attended those institutions.
I attended Sifo Primary School in 1984 to 1986. From there, from 84 to 1989. Then after, I proceeded to Gunjur Secondary School from 1989 academic year to 1990 to 1994. Then I graduated from the Gunjur Secondary Technical School.
And after you finished at Gunjur Technical School, did you begin your career or did you do something else in between?
During that time, I was an athletics. That is from 1994-5 sort. Then after I joined the army in 1995.
Do you recall the month when you joined the army?
It's gonna be like maybe September and 18 intake.
18 intake,
Yeah.
Thank you for that. So when you joined the Gambia National Army in September 95, as the 18 intake, can you tell us a bit about what kind of training you had?
It's like infantry training. That was in Fajara Barracks. That's 4 months.
And what kind of training did that entail? When you say infantry training, what did it entail?
That's like, a basic military, like somebody who joined the army, like an infantry, soldier.
So I assume you would learn about drills and how to handle weapons.
How to handle safety of weapons,
And so after 4 months of your training, what was your rank?
I was a recruit, private soldier,
And after the training?
Then I was transferred to the gas battalion, that is Fajara Barracks.
So you were a private soldier at Fajara Barracks?
Fajara Barracks, yes.
Can you tell us, so that would have been at the beginning of 1996,
Yeah,
correct?
in the same 1995, because September, October, November, December.
Okay.
Then graduate as a recruit on December, then 1996 in Fajara Barracks. Yes, as a private soldier.
And so what was your role when you were posted at Fajara Barracks? What did your job entail?
In Fajara Barracks, I was in the Bravo company, like doing guards, like duties in the barracks. And sometimes we go for away guard. We call it like, away guard, like go to power station,
And essentially what would be your role there? Would it just
securities, different places like go to power station. Sometimes we go to K Point, Radio Gambia. You understand?
So to guard key installations in the
Key
country.
installations here.
And how much time did you spend at Fajara Barracks as a guard?
It's like from 96 to up to 2000. Then 2002.
Just the question before that. During that period between 1996 and 2000, did you undergo any other type of training?
No.
Okay. And during that time, did your rank change?
It's not changed as a private soldier.
Okay. So after spending that period at Fajara Barracks until 2000, what happened in 2000?
In 2000, I was transferred as an orderly to the battalion commander over there in Fajara Barracks.
And do you recall the name of the battalion commander that you served?
I served under two commanders, like Major. They call him Super Hua. I forgot his name, See it. Super Hua Charm, Or maybe I will remember his name, because long time. Then after Major Chorna Jallo is the last one I served,
And so for how long did you serve as an orderly to the command?
2 years. From 2000 from year 2000 to 2002.
And as an orderly for the commander of Fajara Barracks, what were your responsibilities?
My responsibilities like taking care of the office, the command office over there in Fajara Barracks, like cleaning the office, parking, make sure that everything is in order over there, like the files, and taking care of like the commander's personal belongings, like shoes to sign them so that they can be glittered, Because as a commander, the orderlies like their commander to be, so much neat and clean, like the shoes signing, should be signed. Anywhere they go, they are supposed to be signing. So that is our main job over there.
So taking care of the commander's personal items, essentially, as well as files at the office. Going with the commander to various places as well.
Yeah, sometimes if you want to go to a place, we go. Sometimes you'll say, okay, you stay in the office.
And did your rank change at all while you were serving as orderly to the commander of Fajara Barracks?
No.
And after that, can you tell us if you underwent any kind of training, any kind of military training at all?
Yes, I went for commando training. That was when the commander, Major Chorna Jallo, went for a course. I remember, he traveled, so he went for UN mission. So by that time, there is an adjutant over there, the second in command. But he's not, I'm the one going to, my job is only going to the office and clean the office and stay there. So the second in command is the adjutant who is there. So during that time, it's like, there's they don't post a commander to that place. So I was free. So the adjutant which was there, told me you are selected to go for a commando training course.
Do you recall the name of the adjutant at that time?
It's General Bah. It's now, later Bah. He was in Nigeria. Then after he went to US.
Do you know General Bah's first name?
I forgot his name, but I will think about it here.
So General Bah told you...
Is it Aliu Bah? Aliu Bah, something like that.
So General Bah told you about a commando training?
Commando training, yeah.
Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, when I was with one soldier, he's also private soldiers. His name is Aliu Jeng. We are the one who the select. Aliu Jeng was in Bravo Company at that time.
And this Aliu Jeng, do you know where he is currently?
I know he's here in the Gambia here. No. He's detained, I don't know. I was reading the Trrc, so his testimony, I don't know what, I don't go deeply in it, but they say, Alan, that, he's detained.
So it is the Aliu Jeng who has appeared before the Trrc as a witness?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you recall what year that commando training was held?
Same 2002.
2002.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit more about the training itself, what it entailed.
The training is like, they call, it's like Scorpion 2. It's like, as the first badge is like, they train the first badge, then that was called Scorpion 1. Then Scorpion 2 is the second training team.
And this would help us have more clarity about this. When you say they trained the first batch, Scorpion 1, you were not part of that training, correct?
Yeah, I'm not part of that team, yeah.
Do you know when that training took place?
I don't know actually, but I think after 6 months, when they finish their training, then our team go.
And still focusing on Scorpion 1, do you know who gave that training?
This is, I believe, that circular came from the Army headquarters, the Gambia Army headquarters,
So let me phrase it differently. Are you aware of whether the trainers were Gambians or foreign nationals?
The training team is foreigners. You have the foreigners there and the Gambians. The foreigners they are Libyans.
So training conducted by Libyans as well as Gambians?
Yes, Libyans and the Gambians, yeah.
And that was Scorpion 1?
Yeah.
Do you know of any of your colleagues who took part in that training, the Scorpion 1?
Yeah. Like Aliu Jeng, the one, I go with. Then you have the other colleagues from other battalions like Yankuba Sanyang, Buba Sane, you have Lami Sedikan, you have Sergeant Job, ST Job, you have, anyway, it's a long time, maybe if I sit I can recall all the names,
No, that's quite helpful. And what were the ranks of these soldiers that you've mentioned at the time?
Some of them are sergeants, some are private soldiers,
So it was a mix of ranks
yeah.
that pursued this training.
Yeah.
So let's focus on Scorpio 2, which is the training that you took part in
Yeah.
in 2002.
Yeah.
Who were the trainers?
The trainers are the Libyans, training team, the Libyans. Our commander, the colonel, is Colonel Ahmad. You have Staff Sergeant Ramadan and Faraj. We have one name here, his name is Faraj.
And all three of them were Libyans?
Libyans, and Saad is a sergeant. Sergeant Saad is a Libyan.
Saad,
S-A-D, Saad.
Saad. Okay. And apart from the Libyans, were there any Gambian trainers?
Yeah.
Can you tell us who they were?
Solbaji, General Solbaji. You have Staff Sergeant Mustafa Fall. You have Maliki Jata. because those people attended Scorpion 1 training. They said when I was there, he was an instructor there. You have Sana Manjang, also an instructor.
Were those the only Gambian trainers, instructors that you recall?
Yes, maybe if I think foreign, I can remember some.
But there were more than
that, yeah.
Let's talk about some of the trainees, such as yourself. Who else was part of your group? Who else was trained?
In our group? Yes, 2002, maybe if I think, if you give me time, I go, I have break later, I can recall the names,
But do you recall roughly how many of you were trained during Scorpio 2?
Yeah.
How many roughly? Was it
almost
20
like
or more?
A platoon, it's a platoon almost 30 people.
So about 30?
Yeah, during the training, some drop. Some of, during the training, because they say it's a qualification, if you don't reach the standard, they drop you.
And how long did this training last?
It lasts almost 4 to 5 months, yeah.
And do you recall where the training was held?
It's the Gambia Police Training School in Yundume.
So this training at the police school, the commando training, tell us what your courses were about. What did you learn? What did you have to do during that training?
First, we train to become commandos, like physical fitness, surviving behind enemy line, infiltration, survival, and ship to beach, divorcing from ship to beach infiltration and operation in the river.
Yeah, please continue.
Yeah, it's all about that,
Okay. And so when you say moving from ship to, it was more of a
training in the river, operation in the river.
Okay. And so, do you know what the objective of this training course was about? What was the end, the objective of it?
Normally, before we start training, these people we normally pray in the name of God. That this every day in our drill before we start training, we always pray. Somebody will pray in front, like in the name of God. And whatever we do is between us and God, and we are there to protect and defend the country and take orders.
Let me put it differently. After the training ended, about 4 or 5 months of training, were you posted anywhere in particular?
Yeah.
Did your role change? Tell us about that.
Yeah. After the training, they transfer us to the State House.
You told us that you began the training with about a platoon, so about 30 men.
Yeah, almost.
And some people dropped out.
Yeah, some like 20-something people.
And were all 20-something of you posted at the State House?
In the State House, yeah.
So everyone who finished the course was posted at the State House?
Yeah, at the State House, yeah.
Okay. And would this have still been in 2002 or 2003?
2002.
2002.
Yeah, 2002, I think so.
You told us the name Scorpio 2. Do you know where the name came from or what it signifies for your group?
I don't know, but I know of State House symbol is like a scorpion. The badge of State House is a scorpion. You know, that is our symbol, you know.
So when you were transferred to State House in 2002, what was the name of your battalion or your company? What exactly, which part of the army were you in at State House?
They put us on the Delta Company.
Just so we understand the setup at State House, can you explain, are these members of the State Guards? Is that correct?
Yeah.
And at the State House, how many companies did you have from the State Guards? Were all of you based at State House, or were some of you based elsewhere?
Yeah, when we transferred newly, we are all based in the State House, in the Delta Company.
Was there another group of soldiers at State House apart from the Delta Company?
Yeah, you have the Bravo Company. That is the plain cloth, you know. And you have the Support Weapon Company.
Did the Support Weapon Company have a particular name that it was known by?
No, they only call them Support Weapon.
So these were the three groups of
admin, you know.
And admin.
Admin.
So you were placed in the Delta Company.
Yeah.
Tell us what your role was as a member of the Delta Company.
We normally perform duties there in the QRF.
And QRF, Quick Reaction Force, correct?
Yeah.
Tell us what your duties were as a member of the QRF.
QRF is like when, you know, the president is going out like convoy. Sometimes, you know, they select some of us to man, you know, the convoy, you know, vehicles, like the support to go on advance, like he is supposed to, you know, attend a meeting around. So we come in advance and hold the ground, you know.
And apart from that, what else were members of the QRF responsible for?
Yeah, the guard in the State House, like you have the towers, you know, sangars and the bunkers. Yeah.
And that's for the QRF. What
QRF,
about
yeah, QRF, they used to dispatch, you know, guards from there. They do those guards.
So you told us QRF was manned by the Delta Company.
Yeah.
Was it
time.
all members of the Delta Company who had QRF duties,
and you
or
have
some
I forget one. You have one company, physical guard. They call them physical guard. Also, you know, sometimes we work together. You know, Delta Company and the physical guard sometimes, you know, mingle together.
And what was the difference between the Delta Company and the physical guards?
Delta Company is the commandos, and the physical guards are most of the infantry soldiers, you know.
Did the physical guards have a different role in terms of, let's say, protection duties that was different from the Delta Company?
Yeah, only doing duties sometimes, Denton Bridge, you know, mile 2, you know, they normally go there mile 2, Denton Bridge. You have Banjul, Battery Flat, Tower up over there, airport, you know.
And you said the Bravo Company were the plainclothes.
Plainclothes, yeah.
What was their role or what were their functions within State House?
They are like bodyguards. They are the bodyguards. But they used to secure inner core in the State House.
And what would inner core entailed?
That is the state building. The state building you have the front gate and the back gate and the back. So the plainclothes are responsible to secure that place, you know.
And where would the other guards secure?
All the plainclothes are based only maybe in Kanilai also.
Were there any at State House in Banjul?
No, only that place I can remember.
Okay.
In the State House.
And also you had the support weapons company.
Support weapon company, yeah.
What were they responsible for?
Those are like sometimes like artilleries, heavy weapons, you know. They are the one responsible for that, you know.
And then you had the administrative.
Yeah, administrative,
group.
yeah.
So essentially from what you've told us, this would be about a battalion or just a bit more than a battalion?
It's a battalion.
A battalion.
Battalion, all combined, all groups.
Okay. For how long were you posted at State House as a guard within the Delta Company?
From 2002 up to 2004.
And during that time, were you at any point promoted? Did your rank change?
Yeah. After the commando train, I was promoted to Lance Corporal because my promotion come from my parent battalion. That was Fajara Barracks. I was on the attachment in the State House. My promotion, my posting is not confirmed yet, you know, because they put me on the attachment. So my promotion come from Fajara Barracks as a Lance Corporal. That was 2002, the end of 2002.
So between 2002 and 2004, you were a member of the Delta Company.
Delta Company, yeah.
In the State Guard.
Yeah.
Were you based at State House in Banjul only, or did you go to another location?
Yeah, we are in Banjul up to a time. They said there is a transfer for all the Delta Company to go to Kanilai. That was around, I think, early 2003. They transfer all of us to Kanilai, all the Delta Company.
And when the Delta Company moved to Kanilai, can you tell us under whose command you were at Kanilai?
At that time, Major Khalifa Bajinka was there. He's late, so he passed away.
And who was Major Khalifa Bajinka's deputy at the time?
You have Major Kausu Sanyang is there, and yeah, I forgot one officer. What? Maybe later I'll recall his name.
We'll have quite a few names to come back to as time goes on. Mm-hmm. When you arrived at Kanilai, were you given any briefing as to what was expected of you?
Yeah, they told us that, you know,
Did you go in groups?
Yeah, we go in a section from.
So about 8 or 9 men?
Yeah.
Okay. And you would be patrolling the border up and down?
Border, yeah. Sometimes we start from Kanilai, we come up to Bagway, up to Dasilame, you know.
And apart from these patrol duties, were you tasked to do anything else?
Yes. During the patrol, we go up, I think this patrol go up to a time, maybe I can say, up to around maybe 2, 3, 4 months, you know. So, because that time we put on uniform when we're going on those patrol. So, the order change, we don't have to put on uniform. You have to dress on casual dress anyhow.
Plain clothes?
Yeah, like any dress.
And was there, well, let me phrase that differently. What kind of weapons did you have at that time?
That time, you know, our personal weapons, like it's AK-47 and pistol. No, I'm wrong, sorry. Only AK-47.
For how long did you serve at Kanilai? You said from the beginning of 2003.
Yeah.
How long did you stay at Kanilai?
Yeah, I was there up to from 2003 up to 2004. Can't remember, up to 2004.
During that time that you were based at Kanilai, 2003 to 2004, were you involved in any kind of operation?
Yeah, I'm involved in one operation that time. That was 2003.
Do you remember when in 2003?
I cannot remember the month.
Was it in the first half of the year? Was it in the second half of the year?
Maybe second, maybe it can be second, or I cannot remember actually the month, you know. But I know it's in 2003 itself.
Can you tell us what happened, what that operation was about?
We, you know, as normal, we put on, you know, normal dress, normal dress. So we start patrol from Kanilai. We come up to, that was, you know, I think we depart there around maybe 1 o'clock, 12 or 1. So we came up to around the border area. We go up to Dasilame. We go up to we come to Serekunda, you know.
And when you say we, who was with you at the time?
At that time, General Baji was driving. Then he was, I don't know whether a captain or what, I cannot remember his rank.
What's the first name of General Baji?
Suleiman Baji, Sol Baji.
Yeah. Please continue. Who else was part of your team?
Then you have Major Borakoli. Borakoli is in. You have, that time, Manjang was a staff sergeant Sana Manjang. You have Sirif Jise. That time I don't know his rank, I don't know where the couple. You have Michael Correa. And myself, Yusuf Hassani.
So it's a team of 6 people.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what happened?
Yeah, when we patrol, we came up to around night, you know, I think 2 to 3 o'clock at night, you know. General Solbaji is the driver. He took us up to a place around Kanifing. I don't know actually, you know, that place, you know. So he said, this is a mission come from the ex-president. He made that, you know, independent newspaper supposed to be born, should be born. So, but let me put this clear. Before, when the patrol order was changed, like, we don't put on uniforms, we put on the casual dress. So at that time, the commander over there, the late Bajinka, brief us, tell us that, you gotta be very careful. There is abnormality. Anytime you go outside, be careful. Let somebody don't tell you to do something, which is not, in line with the job. Bajinka brief us, give us that briefing. And one officer, that time, he was there, he's also, Major Sajo Jaju, is also part of, when we transfer to Kanelai Delta Company. So Major Sajo Jaju also is another commander who also brief us and tell us that, let us be very careful, we are going on patrol, things change. You see now, you are not putting on uniform. So be very careful whatever you do there. If you do something wrong there, one day, you will be questioned. So be very careful. So,
at that point, what did you understand by those briefings?
I don't understand those briefings, but like I much what somebody, tell you about that, be careful. Now on your patrol, you don't put a uniform, you go, be careful. Maybe they know something which we don't know, but they give like an advice, be careful. You do something, you know that you are doing something wrong, one day you will be questioned, So I have, for me, I take that advice from the commander at that time, and Sajo Jaju also, once brief people, So until, some people, report him to he have a problem, true that, he don't enjoy staying there. I think he have a problem with the former president that, he's the one, he learned that, he's the one who is discouraging the soldiers, whatever he do, he will see.
And so when late, well, he's late now, Major Bajinka told you that be careful that someone does not make you do something. Do you know who he was talking about? Or
I don't know at that time, He was just giving an advice, because at that time, like every soldier there is very careful what you will say, if they know, they can give you advice, but it's not going to be like directly, but it's going to be like, indirectly. So,
at that time, who could have given you orders? So we know Major Bajinka was the commander.
Yeah.
Who else could have given you orders apart from Major Bajinka at that time?
Like sometimes they normally brief parade, like is the same 2003, that time, That was before we go to that operation we are talking of, like independent newspaper,
So that was basically the starting point where you were briefed to be careful.
Yeah, that was the time, yeah.
And then you were told about an operation by
Yeah, when we go that day, we go. I don't even know that area. I don't even, know the area. We go, we stand behind. There is a fence, and we park the vehicle. But I know maybe the driver will know, General Baji, you know the area. So when we stop in the car.
Just a second. What's the name of General Baji's driver, the driver at the time?
No, he's the one driving.
Do you know his name?
No. General Sol Baji is the one driving.
The one driving.
Driving on that day, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said the area generally. Can you give us an idea of where that area is located?
It's Canifing, around Canifing, yeah.
Continue telling us what happened when you arrived. You said it was around 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah, 2 or 3, something like that, Can't remember the time. Actually, it was late night.
Please tell us what happened.
Yeah, he told us that, we are all in the car. It's a pickup. Understand? We all come there. So he said, this order come from Yaya Jammeh, that the independent newspaper should be born. So at that time he have a gallon, but for me that time I don't know that there is a fuel over there. So he take the fuel, then he brief. He said that the place supposed to burn, but I never come to that place, and I remember the briefing my commander told me and Sergeant Jaju told me. Understand? So I tell them that I have when about to go, I tell General Baji that I have a knee problem and I cannot run. Understand? So I was staying in the car.
Well, before that, you told us that General Baji said the order to burn the independent newspaper came from the President Yahya Jammeh.
Yeah.
Did General Baji have a telephone at that point, at that time?
He have a telephone, yeah.
Did he speak to anyone while you were present?
He speak to somebody, but I heard he was saying, yes, sir, your excellency. He was mentioning this for yes, sir, your excellency.
And was that before or after he told you about the mission?
After he told the mission, then that's the time after he told the mission, these people left. So he was talking in the phone with somebody. He said, yes, sir, your excellency. So when these people left,
who did you think he was speaking to when he said, yes, sir, your excellency?
I think that time, I do not know, but the only person that time who have that title, we all know is the president who have that title. If they are talking as soldiers, if talking to somebody, they use yes, sir, your excellency, they use it for the president. What I think.
And so you believe he was talking to the president at the time?
Yeah, that's what that name, yes, sir, your excellency, the soldiers use it for only him.
And the president, of course, would be, what's the name?
Yeah, Jammeh, the former president.
And so when first he told you that the order to burn the independent newspaper came from Yahya Jammeh.
Yeah.
Then he provided, you said, a gallon.
Yeah.
To the other members of your team.
Yeah.
You've already given us the names, but I'll just repeat.
Yeah.
To make sure that it's clear. You told us General Sol Baji was the one driving.
Yeah.
And so when he gave the gallon to the others, it would have been Bora Koli, Sana Manjang, Sheriff Gisse, Michael Correa.
Yeah.
And you were there, but you said you did not leave the car.
Yeah, I did not leave, yeah. I say I have a knee problem. At that time, it's true, I have a knee problem. I cannot, I have the feeling that, this is running. I cannot run, but I also remember the advice. That's why I make this trick to say that, my knee is paining me.
What was in the gallon?
I don't confirm, what is inside. What I see the gallon was, it's like, maybe it's going to be like a fuel,
Did he give them anything else apart from the gallon?
No.
Did he tell them anything else apart from the president ordered us to burn down the independent newspaper?
No, he don't tell anything. He don't tell them anything at that moment. They just, it's like they know the place. That somebody know the place, Actually, they just get down because we stand around the fence area behind the area is like there's a fence, the short fence, but behind you, that's where we park our car. So these people just go and enter there. There's like a big gate, where the park is, the car is parking. Then they enter, they go.
And while they were gone, you said that he spoke to someone and he said, "Yes, Excellency." You believe it was the President, Yahya Jammeh, at the time. Apart from yes, sir, Your Excellency, did he say anything else?
Yeah, he told me, "You are an idiot," That's what he told me. He told me, "You are an idiot."
No, just to clarify, when he was on the phone speaking to Yahya Jammeh at the time, did you hear him say anything else apart from "Yes, sir, Your Excellency"?
No. Only he used this name, this phrase. Then after, because he's talking with somebody, when after, I opened the door. But he don't even talk long. He only talk shortly. "Yes, sir, Your Excellency." Just like somebody was talking to him, he was saying, "Yes, sir, yes, sir."
So he was listening?
Yeah.
And after he hung up the phone, did he tell you anything about that conversation?
No, he don't tell me. He only tell me, "You are an idiot."
Why did he say that?
I don't know, maybe why I don't go or what, he does the only what he give me, "You are an idiot."
After the group left and went to the independent newspaper, the building with a gallon that you believe contained fuel, what happened next?
So when they go, it's like 2 minutes, it's like very short, like 2 or 2.5 minutes. They just go. One time, we heard of noise where I am, because it's just behind. We heard of the noise. Just 2 minutes, they start running. They come in running, but one of the guy, start was burning, fire.
Which of the guys?
Sanamanja. So when we get out of me and him with General Baji, we get out of the car. We saw when they come, somebody coming, but he starts it's with fire. So they run. This guy coming, he's just coming towards the car. So the other people also, because they are so panicked, they run, they pass us. So when this guy coming, his heart was burning, we take the sun, me and General Baji, we help him to use the sun to help him to off his heart. All his body is burned. Up to his side, stomach, all the neck. That was Sanamanja. So we help him to up the fire and we put in the car. These people, they even pass us, the other group, the people he went up. So we go in front, they get in the car.
Apart from Sanamanjang, was anyone else burned?
No, it's only him.
You told us that before you saw Sanamanjang running, you heard a noise.
Yeah.
Can you describe the noise that you heard?
It's like, people shouting, like somebody shouting, people, there's a lot of noise shouting, and yeah, it's the noise of people shouting, that's the noise I heard,
Like screaming?
Screaming, yeah.
Could you see the building of the independent newspaper at that point?
Yeah, where we stand, the car was parking, so it's like, it's going to be like maybe 40 meters, 40 meters, 40 or 30, something like that, 40 or 30.
So when Sanamanjang and others returned from the building, what could you observe when you looked at the building?
I see flame. Before we go, we look back, we see, I saw flame like, fire. So, but we don't even waste time, you know. When this guy get in the car, he was so shouting, you know, because he's born. He was saying, you know, in Mandinka word, like, Nahajo Betinyata, you know.
What does that mean?
It's like, you know, all my, you know, I'm destroyed, all my affairs is destroyed. He was like, you know, angry, you know. But he's feeling pain, his body is all born, you know.
Did Saul Baji say anything to him at that point?
No, he don't say anything because so I feel like he's panic. So we just struggle to go back to Kanilai.
Before that, for this operation, you told us that it followed from a patrol.
Yeah, patrol, yeah.
And you told us that during the patrol, so you would normally have your weapons, your personal weapons.
Yeah.
You told us that you would have AK-47.
Yeah.
On this particular night, were those the same weapons you had, or did you also have other types of weapons?
We have AK-47, yeah. And yeah. Sorry, I mistakenly tell you before, with pistol, you know, we don't have pistol, but I believe before that time we have pistol. When we are going on those patrols, we have our personal pistols. I can remember.
And when did they start issuing you with pistols? How long before this first operation that you've just told us about, the independent newspaper?
I think it's going to be like maybe 6 months. 6 months.
So at that point you would have had AK-47s as well as your pistols, or only your pistols?
Only AK-47 and pistol all.
And each of you would have had that?
Yeah.
When Sana Manjang and the rest of the group joined you in the vehicle, was anyone's weapon missing, as far as you recall?
At that time, you know, I cannot, I don't know. Only later when you know, after the mission, I think almost maybe 1 month when they start investigating, you know, I heard that, you know, Sana Manjang, you know, lost his pistol, you know. But at that moment, at that time, I don't even know, you know, that, you know, he lost his pistol.
You said later on, when who was investigating?
That was like an investigation about it, you know. I think
but you don't recall who conducted the investigation?
I don't know who conducted the investigation, but the government, you know, do an investigation, you know, launch an investigation about it, and I don't know whether they deny it, you know. They deny, I feel like they deny it, you know, that time.
They denied any responsibility for the burning of the independent newspaper building.
Yeah.
This is in spite of the fact that you have told us that Saul Baji told you that the order came from Yahya Jammeh.
Yeah.
And in spite of the fact that while the operation was unfolding, Saul Baji spoke to Yahya Jammeh at that time.
Yeah.
You told us that when everyone went inside the building, the reason you gave for not leaving the vehicle was that you were injured, your knee was injured.
Yeah.
And so you couldn't leave the vehicle.
Yeah.
You've also told us that at the time, Saul Baji was in a command position.
Yeah.
So in terms of the chain of command, he was your superior.
Yeah, he's my superior, yeah.
And so when he told you about the mission and to go down and burn the independent newspaper, that was an order, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And you did not follow that order?
Yeah.
And you gave an explanation, which was simply that you had a knee problem?
Yeah.
What was his reaction to you disobeying that order?
He don't say, he only used this word, you know, you're an idiot. I think that's why he used that word, you know, that phrase on me. You know, so.
Was that the first time that he heard that you had a knee injury?
That is the, no, I even have I know, you know, I cannot run, but I have a knee injury. Even that time I have a knee injury, I cannot run, you know. I know that I cannot run. And after the advice, you know, I recall from the commander and Sadio Jaju, you know, that helped, that also I use it, you know, to protect myself, you know. I say, let me not, you know, because anything I do, I remember those advice, you know.
What I'm trying to understand is why General Baji captain or whatever his rank was at the time, why he did not do anything else as a result of the excuse that you gave him. Did anything happen to you as a result of not following that order?
Yeah, something happened when we after that, you know.
You can drink some water. That's your bottle.
I'll leave.
They brought it in from the witness room, so it's not anyone else's.
Something happened after that patrol, you know, because when this guy, we brought this guy until he, you know, after the treatment, we bring him up to Kanelai, then I believe from the clinic over there, somebody attend him, one of the medic, I don't know, because when we reached, like, everybody was so stressed, you know. So from there we reached at the clinic, the old lady Solbaji was there. The rest of everybody scattered, going back to where, you know, where you live, you know.
When you say to treat this guy, you're referring to Sanamanja, who was the one who was injured?
Yeah.
But just before that, while you were all in the vehicle returning to Kanilai, did anyone say anything about that operation?
No, only the word, you know, Sanamanja say, Nahajo Betinyata, understand? So, and some of, you know, it's like nobody is talking, but everybody was stressed. It's like, you know, look at, you know, this guy, he's, you know, how, you know, all his body is, you know, so far he doesn't want it. Maybe everybody's thinking about that, you know, at that time.
Did Saul Baji make a phone call during that journey?
No. He don't make, what I can recall, because he don't make phone call. Because I was inside the car. With somebody, then the other people are behind the car.
So just to be clear, Saul Baji was the one driving?
Yeah.
Who would have been next to Saul Baji?
Bora was sitting there.
Bora Koli. And at the back, you were sitting?
Manja was in the middle. We put him on the middle. I was sitting the other side. I think Michael Correa was sitting the other side.
So the only person who would have been at the back is Sheriff Gisse?
Yeah.
So when you returned, did anything happen to you as a result of the fact that you did not follow General Baji's order?
Yeah, they took me out of the patrol. I don't go on patrol. So I always do in guard. I think they take me out. After that mission, you know, from that time, you know, they don't normally call me when they're going for patrol. So I was posted as a guard. The same Delta Company, but only guard.
So only a few of you would go on patrols?
No, different people used to go. You have different groups, you know.
But when you came back, as you believe that as a result of that operation that you did not participate in, well, in terms of going into the building, right?
Yeah.
You were removed from your duties as a patrol?
Yeah.
Were you told why?
No, they don't tell me anything. They normally call whenever there is a patrol. They will call me and tell you are going today. You are in the patrol. So since that time, sometimes I see them. They will go, but they don't call me. So I feel even happy about that, because what I saw, this guy's body is all burned. So, and I remember those advice. You know, I feel comfortable at that time. You know, only doing guard. You know.
Did you at any point go on patrol duties after that?
No, I don't go.
When you returned, did you report what happened to anyone, such as Major Khalifa Bajinka?
No, I don't report nothing to nobody.
And why not?
Because I have the fear. I don't know. This is a mission. It's done, and I fear to take to that time. You know, you cannot talk to. You don't trust nobody. Soldier, we don't trust each other. You know, at that time, if I go and say something, I have the fear that if I say, talk to somebody, you know, that person can turn against me. You know.
And why was it the situation at the time that there was fear amongst the soldiers and you couldn't talk to anyone? What was the reason for that?
It's like, I believe that, you know, the way, you know, we all know, you know, how the army is, you know. some people, like telling lies, Some people are very happy on telling lies to lie against somebody so that, he can be compensated or, at that time, that's what is happening.
When you say compensated, what are you referring to? Compensated how?
Like ranks.
Ranks?
Ranks, yeah.
So if soldiers told on each other, then they would be rewarded with a promotion.
Yeah, promotion, that's what, some people think. Not everybody, but some. That's why, we live in that fear. Whatever you know, you keep quiet, you don't talk to nobody,
Do you know of any examples where that happened?
Not at this time, I cannot recall, that, but if we, since 94 up to 2000 and the time Ajame left, there is a lot of history, which happened to some people, who don't do nothing but they lie against them,
And perhaps we'll come to some of those examples later if you can't recall any right now. You said after that you were not given any patrol duties.
No.
But you stayed at Kanilai from 2003 to 2004.
Yeah.
When in 2004 were you transferred to somewhere else?
Yes, I was selected to go to transfer to Bravo Company bodyguard, training course.
And that would be back to State House, is that correct?
Back to State House, yeah.
During the time that you were still at Kanilai, did you participate in any other operation apart from the one you've told us about concerning the independent newspaper?
Yes, I'll come to that, that part.
I meant while you were at Kanilai between 2003 and 2004.
No, not that time.
Okay.
Not that time.
And were you aware of any other operations that were conducted by members of the patrol team?
No, I don't know where.
So you told us that shortly after that you were transferred to the Bravo Company based at State House.
Yes, at State House, but for plain clothes, we start training.
Do you recall when in 2004 that was? Was it at the beginning of the year or middle of the year or end of the year?
At the end of, I think, end of the year, yeah. I think around end of the year.
End of 2004?
Yeah, end of 2004, I think so, yeah.
So tell us what happened when you joined the Bravo Company at State House.
Yeah, we start, like plain clothes, drills, all that, we do it during the commando training. We do that, we do that training, but we start it again. They start, we do that exercise also, deboss and emboss training,
Sorry, say that again?
Yeah, it's like deboss and emboss.
What does that mean?
Like debossing from a moving vehicle, and like when the vehicle is running at a speed of 40 km per hour, how you should divorce and how you should protect the president, It's like...
And you called it divorce?
Yeah, divorce and emboss, yeah. And exercise, yeah.
Yes, please continue telling us what else your training entailed.
Yeah, after that, when we finish that training, then they transfer me to plain clothes. I work there. I think I have 6 months in the plain clothes. During that 6 months, I think the end of I think 2004, the end of 2004, then they select me as an orderly also. In that 2004, when we finished the training as a bodyguard, I work in the plain clothes for almost 6 months. Then they select me as an orderly, like 4 of us, like me, Sekou Jallo, Seni Jamme, David Njai. So when they select us,
just to make sure this is clear, when you were transferred back to State House, you said that was in 2004.
2004, yeah.
I believe initially you said end of 2004.
Yeah, that place, I'm wrong.
Okay.
Sorry to correct that,
Yeah.
It was around, I think maybe the starting, in the middle, but I worked in the plain clothes for almost 6 months. Then later, they select me as an orderly, and I went back to Kanela again. After that.
And you were an orderly for who?
President Yahya Jammeh.
Told us it was the 4 of you that were selected.
Yeah.
So you, Sekou Jammeh, Seni Jammeh, and David
Njai, yeah.
David Njai.
Yeah.
As an orderly for Yahya Jammeh, where were you based? Was it still at State House initially?
Now, when we finish, when they select us as an orderly, then they post us to Kanelai back in his residence.
Can you tell us, as far as you know, why were the 4 of you selected as orderlies for Yahya Jammeh?
That one I don't know. That one come from the commander called us. I remember. I cannot remember who is at the State House at that time. I think that time this Bajinka went back to Banjul. At that time he was not in Kanila. He went back to Banjul. Then they told us, one of my commander at Kanila at that time told me, you are going to report to Banjul. Sorry, I'm wrong. I was in the Bravo convoy company. Then I remember the clerk. The clerk told me that you are selected as an orderly. We have to go and report to the commander office. That was Bajinka. That time he was also in the State House.
So Bajinka at that time was the commander of the State
House at that time, yeah.
At State House.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what happened when you reported to Bajinka?
Yeah, we reported there are four of us, Sekou, Seni, me, and David. So he advised us, tell us that you are selected as orderlies, so you gotta be very careful. When you go there, only do your duty. Be careful. Whatever he told you, whatever president told you, do this job. It's mostly he's trying to show us that like an orderly job, you gotta take care of something like clothes. You gotta do this. You gotta clean the house. You have to listen to him when he talk to you carefully. Understand? Before, if you don't understand anything, don't hesitate. Ask him again. Sometimes, he have a system of, talking to you in a slow form, So if you don't understand what he say, don't be scared, Tell him, sir, sorry, sir, I beg your pardon. He's just trying to, advise us, what type of a person he is, Sometimes he can be changed, if you ask him, sir, sorry, he can tell you this word, fuck you, fucking idiot. Are you blind? Are you deaf? Understand? So he's just trying to prepare us mentally, when we are going, what we will face, because he know him more than us,
So this is the advice that Major Khalifa Bajinka was giving you.
Yeah.
How did he describe Yahya Jammeh to you?
Yeah, he said, he advised, he said, the man, it's difficult, So don't be scared, take your time. What I will advise you, listen to him carefully. Whatever he tells you, if you don't understand, I think that is the most interesting part of where he explained. He said, if you don't understand what he said, don't be afraid of what will come to him later. Understand? Just stand and say, sorry, sir, I beg your pardon. he will use all these words, you know. Are you fucking deaf? You don't hear what I say? And maybe he can even give you an eye deaf, you know. He will not even look at you. So that's why, that's the
maybe
advice.
He can give you a what?
He will not even look at you. An ear deaf, you know, or maybe a blind eye, you know. Like, you are not even talking to him. So that's what, he's trying to, to prepare us mentally and physically.
And when you heard all of that, how did you feel at that point?
At that time, I don't feel comfortable, because I always heard, stories of orderlies, how they last there, what happened to them.
And I'm still talking about the time before you started working as an orderly.
Yeah.
What kind of stories did you hear about orderlies, and what would happen to them?
Yeah, orderlies always going to jail, I always heard of that. That's what I always thinking, Somebody work at him, at the end of, before he fire you, you always end up going to jail or detention. And every time, detention in Fajara barracks, that's what I heard. So it's not easy.
And do you recall any specific examples of what you heard before you started working for Yaya Jammeh as an orderly?
Yeah, when I start working, that's the time I see,
But before you started working for him, what you heard were rumors of people being dismissed and detained at Fajara barracks and places like that.
I already had, one orderly also, Buba Jammeh, one of the orderly, I think that was around when we are moved 2002. I remember this orderly, he was this, orderly, and later he was dismissed and taken to guard, and after, I think he feel not safe, then he absconded and left the country, and one orderly, Walinjai, also the same, the way he end, it's not good, so.
You mentioned Buba Jammeh. Did he have a nickname?
No, I don't think so. I think these orderlies don't have a nickname.
And you mentioned the Walinjai.
Walinjai, yeah.
What were the ranks of these orderlies? Do you recall?
That time I don't know, but maybe lance corporal, or maybe I don't actually know. Maybe lance corporal, I think so.
And you heard that they were dismissed. Do you recall hearing any reason as to why they were dismissed?
I only heard this. Like they say, he will always say, "Oh, they steal my money." They are thieves. That's what he normally alleged to them.
These are stories you heard before you started working there.
Yeah.
And he would accuse them of stealing his money.
Yeah.
You told us that with Walinjai, it didn't end well.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Him also, I think, I don't know, he was, I don't know whether detained, and after he left, for him also, he left the army. I think he's working for GRA now, he left the army.
So you told us that the four of you were briefed by Major Bajinka, who essentially told you that Yaya Jammeh was a difficult man.
No, the commander, he's the one,
Yes.
He's the one he's trying to, prepare us mentally,
And that was Major Bajinka, is that right?
Yeah.
After the briefing, what happened next? Where did you go?
Yeah, he told us that you are going to Kanilai. You'll base at the building over there in Kanilai, his residence.
So as soon as you were given the position of orderlies to Jammeh, you went straight to Kanilai?
Straight to Kanilai, yeah.
Were you the only four who were the orderlies at Kanilai for Yaya Jammeh?
Yeah, when we arrived there, we met this guy, Sajo Baji. You have A.W. Sanyang, Yeah.
A.W. Sanyang, or
Yeah.
do you know what that stands for?
Abdu Sanyang. But you normally call him A.W. Sanyang.
Who else?
And Bajere.
Bajere or
Bajere Mane. Bajere Mane.
Bajere Mane.
Yeah. So it's like these people, we met them there. They are orderlies before us. So what happened? 4 of us are in Kanilai. So at any Sadio Baji is based there in Kanilai. But Bajere used to come there and help Sadio to train us. As only Bajere will come there and spend maybe 2 months and go back. Abdouye also will come and stay there with us for 2 months and go back to Banjul again. So they start training us, what we should do, show us the house, what you should do, cleaning, how you should work with the cleaners. The cleaners supposed to come today, you be supervising, going with them, help them. Sometimes you even do the cleaning, that is the building. And we normally go to the 4 houses, there is another start of in Kanilai, in the resident, you call that place 4 houses. So we also go there, supervise the cleanings over there. And mud house, anytime all those workers are orderly supposed to be there to supervise them, to look what is happening, whether it is clean or not. Sometimes we join with them together, you do the cleaning. And they show us the stores. This is what we should do. The workers come. When the workers come, you go there, there is a book. You give them supplies, of what they should, take rice or other tin oils for cooking, And we go to the container where the meat, where they slaughter, cows, they put the meat. And to give the supply also, we have a record book, anything,
The 4 of you, were you under Saja Baji, or who did you report to?
Sometimes we report to Sajo Baji. Sajo Baji is, permanently based there at that time. But Bajere used to come there 1 month. We Sanya also to come there 1 month and go back to Banjul. We Sanya, yeah, AW.
In terms of the 4 of you, how were your responsibilities assigned? Like, all 4 of you were the orderlies. You've told us the type of work that you were supposed to do. You in particular, what specifically did you do while you were there? What was your role or your function?
Sometimes sometimes it's every day. Sometimes somebody will go to go with the cleaners to the 4 house. Sometimes some will go to the container where the meat is. Understand? Sometimes at any time somebody have to be in the building to man the telephone. There's a switchboard over there. That one, anytime somebody must be there, because maybe the president normally call sometimes. So you have to make sure that at any time somebody must be around. Even all these 5 people go outside, one supposed to be there in the building.
When the president, Yahya Jammeh at the time, when he was at Kanilai, who would attend to him personally? Which one of the 4 of you would attend to him?
Normally, he come with an orderly from Banjul. At any time he is coming, there is an orderly in Banjul. So, anytime he's coming to Kanilai, sometimes you come with 1 orderly from Banjul. That time, this guy was there, Tombong Bojang. Tombong Bojang is there. You have, sometimes this guy will be there, Bajere will be there, and if Bajere is not there, A.W. Sanya will be there. Yeah.
And lastly, before the break, How much interaction did you have with Yaya Jammeh at the time while you were based at Kanilai?
That time, because we are there newly, so the only problem we have there, the problem is the telephone. Sometimes somebody who stay there long, who know him better, have the fit to man the telephone, because anything he want, he used to call the switchboard. If you receive the call, if you don't recognize his voice properly, sometimes he will just call you and say something and hang up. So now if you try to call him back to tell him that, you don't understand him, what he say, sometimes it's problem. So normally somebody who stay there long is the one who normally man this telephone. So for us, when we wake up, everybody's trying to disappear from there. In the morning, early morning, somebody will just go to the mud house, somebody will go to the four house, somebody will go to the reservoir. We try to be at least, we try to be far away from him, It's only night time, when, we are all, we'll be all in the house. All of us will be in the house. Like 10 o'clock when all the job workers finish, But four house is like an orderly supposed to be there at any time. Sometimes he will go outside the bush, forest, whenever he's going to the farming, he will go with the orderly. He come from Banjul. That's the one who will go with him,
So essentially you were running away from manning the switchboard.
Yeah, the switchboard is the problem, If you don't, normally most of the people of us have problem this switchboard, because if you don't recognize his voice, what he say, if you are newly, he can just say something like this. So if you try to call him back, that is fire,
Thank you very much for that, Mr. Sane. We'll go into more detail after the break.
No.
And we'll probably start in Mandinka, as you requested to change languages during your testimony. Mr. Chairman, it is time for the break. I hand over to you, and then we can continue after the break. Thank you.
We'll take a break. 30-minute break, and we'll come back at 12 noon, please. Thank you.
ñu ngi leen ay nuyoo fii ci GRTS rek indi leen xibaar yi leen fi amal tey ci ngoon si talaata 22 fan ak ñaar si weeri octobre di leen njëkk a xamal ne soxna si vice président docteur Aïssatou Touré nit ki keroog altine dal di woon na jiite nag mel ne ndaje moo xam ne ni ñu ngi ko doon ubbi di juróom benn fukkeeli jotaay ak juróom nga xam ne nii nag ñoom la ñuy saafara lépp loo xam ne ni mu ngi aju ci wàlli gàddaay yi la ci diggante réew ak réew def nañ ko loolu nag sàkku na itamit ñu faslante ay jéego ngir saafara fànn yi nga xam ne nii soxal na nag lu jëm ci mbir yi ak doomu aadama si diwaan bi lii nag jóge ko nag ci fitna yi nga xam ne nii ñooy am si suñ biir ak itamit yaa xam ne nii di ay mbënd ak itamit yeneen yoo xam ne nii nag ay toxal nit la ci dëkkuwaayam te itamit nag ñu dal di sàkku nag African Human Rights Commission di penc mi nga xam ne ñooy xeeñtu lu jëm ci wàllu ak doomu aadama ci Afrika ngir nag ñu aar nag lépp loo xam ne mu ngi jëm ci wàllu àq nit ñi ci Gambie nag soxna si vice président dal dina wax ne am na yokkute yu bëri yoo xam ne def nañ ko ci mbiri àq doomu aadama topp luwaa ak itamit bokk na si nag ñu seetloo penc mi nga xam ne ni moom la ñu samp muy xeeñtu lu jëm ci wàlli bind ak itamit nafaraat luwaay réew mi di Constitutional Review Commission ak itamit penc mi nga xam ne ni ñoo fay xeeñtu lu jëm ci wàlli dëgg juboo ak ndàmpaay di TRRC ak itamit yeneen bunt yoo xam ne ni nag ci la ñuy feeñal dëgg yi nga xam ne ni làqoon nañu ko ñu xam ne ko transitional justice ak itamit nag li nga xam ne nii dañ ko ekkati rek ngir nag mu yéwénal ñeel ñëpp ñu dëkkee ci réew mi Mrs Hannah Foster moom itamit jóge ko ci mbootaay comité yi nga xam ne nii ñooy doxal lu jëm ci mbiri NGO yi wax na itamit ne de xëta ak doomu aadama yi ñuy continuer rek di teq nag ci diwaani Afrika ci kaw loolu nag daal di wax ne itamit nag li nga xam ne nii mooy limi ñiy faatu nag di ay doxandéem li nga xam ne métti na lool ak itamit ni nga xamee daal moo nekk sarta yi ñu teg nag ci mbiri démocratie ajo nañ ko nag ngir dal di ko seetaat Chairperson Africa Commission ci wàlli ak doomu aadama yi ak di Soyata Mayga sàkku na nag ci commission bi ne ñu gis ne daal lii nga xam ne mooy ak doomu aadama yi ak nit ñi jaarale ko nag ci wàlli jokkoo sarta yi ñu ci teg ak itamit lépp loo xam ne mu ngi jëm ci wàlli ni nga xam ne noonu la ñuy saafara ñi toxu nag ci seen i dëkkuwaay lii nag dal dina gaaral commission bi yéena gi nga xam ne am nañ ko ngir aar nag ak nit ñi EU ki nga xam ne moo leen toogal nag ci mbiri ak doomu aadama nag di Eamon Gilmore wax na tamit ne jàppalante bi de amoon nañ ci jublaay ngir diisoo fànn yi nga xam ne ni mu ngi dëppoog teqi-teqi ak itamit ni weccee xalaat lu jëm ci fànn ak doomu aadama lii nag wax itamit na ne ak doomu aadama day nekk na nag loo xam ne nii lu wér la ci lépp loo xam ne mu ngi aju ci wàllu yokkute bu gën bu wér gannaaw loolu mi ak tàggat yaram yi di Dramé Sidibé niki altine dal dina nemmeeku ji nag ñi nga xam ne ni ñoom la ñu jël es ci béréb yi nga xam ne ni fa la ñu jàngee lu aju ci wàllu service yi ndaw yi la di National Youth Service Scheme li nekkoon jublu nag ci nganam comme ni ko Kadijatu Diallo nettalee moo doon nag ngir feeñal kóllëreem ak ñi nga xam ne ñoom la ñuy jàngal ak itamit di leen soññ ci anam gi nga xam ne ni noonu la ñuy fulaale seen njàng ñu ko defee ci Bakaw
bi lay fukk ak ñetteeli kuréeli ndaw yoo xam ne ñu ngi jàng si National Youth Service Scheme bii nii di NYSS ndaw yi nag dem nañ ci téeméer ak juróom fukki ndaw ñoo xam ne ñu ngi leen a jàngal kàllaami executive director bu NYSS Emmanuel Mendy wane na ne bi lay ñaareeli bés bu aay boo xam ne moom la ndaw yi la def si béréb bii nii fii nag li naa jàngal bokk na ci loo xam ne dafay indi yokkute si wàllum xam-xami métier ak yar ak teggil ci ndaw yi ministre bi saytu wàllu xale yi ak tàggat yaram bi Dramé Sidibé permanent secretary bi Suutee Jaawo wane nañ ne nguuri Gambia day jéego yu dëgër lañ taxaw pour gis ne ndaw yi réew mi di magi ëllëg yi am nañ yar ak teggil ak mun nañoo amee seen bopp yóbbu réew mi ci kanam lii nag moo tax ñu sampa béré bile pour ndaw yi ñu di leen jàngal mbiri métier ak yar ak ministre bi wane na ne xale yi nga xam ne war nañ laana jàngal bari na ñiy wàcce liggéey te war a am liggéey bari na waaye nag nguur gi duñ mun a jox ñëpp fu ñu liggéeyee waaye yi bokk ne si jéego yi nga xam ne la ñuy taxawal nga xam ne xale bi bu a jàngee métier dina mun a amee boppam waaye nag ba tey gis ngeen téeméer ak juróom fukki nit rek a fi nekk mënoon nañoo jël lu ëpp loolu waaye doole nguur gi yeggu fa ba tax na ñii nga xam ne yàlla boole na leen ci ñi ñu tànn ministre bi Dramé Sidibé mu ngi leen a wan ne ñu jàppee liñ leen a jàngal fii fukki loxo def saa yuñ delloo ñu séddoo ko seeni morom yi si gox yi ñu dëkka
yar bi li ma wax si yar bi nit ku nekk da nga war a yaru baax boo xam ne di nga gis ne sax yow mi nga xam ne si sa njaboot soo amee xale bi gën a yaru nga dee fonka moom ngaa jox responsibility dénkut ne mooy magi ki waaye xale li moo gën a yaru moom nga dee bàyyi responsibility so moo tax loolu dina leen woon ni yaru amee solo so fii liñ leen a woon yëpp itam si benn kaalaama daal di nga ne yaru li important la because yaru moo la dee dimbale sax nga dem si kanam xale bu la gën a yaru moo la dee gën a tekki si li moo def so yar bi moom foog ngeen def ko because soo déggee sa kilifa di la wax ne aduna di nga fekk aduna sa kanam because yaru bi la because soo yaruwut moom aduna dina la yar so it's important ngeen am loolu si seen xel ne yaru bi moo gën a important sax gis nga soo yaroo sax sa lecturer bi o sa yow laa gën a ñëw sax pour woon la yeneen yoo xam ne du ko woon ñeneen ñi soo yaru is key yes ngeen jàppa si boobu moom waaw
xale yi nag dinañ fi nekk benn weer loolu nag dina leen defar ñu mën a jàkkaarloo texa yi nga xam ne dinañ ko am ci mbiri métier yi nga xam ne nekk ci ñoom tànn pour jàng ak nu ñuy doxalee seen àddina ëllëg Xadijatu Jallow moo leen indiloon xibaar yooyu.
gannaaw loolu kenn ci ñi nga xam ne nii bokk na ci kuréeli soldaar yi kofoon nguur gi fii ci réew yi Gambia di Edward Singate dal di woon na doxal nag boppam sorale boppam ci tuuma yi nga xam ne ni ci rek ki fi nekkoon ci jamono jooju seen jamono nguur doon ministre bi seeti woon keesi nguur gi di Ousmane Koro Cissé tey tamit ni wax nañ ni ñu ngi ko ree ci kër ministre bi fi nekkoon di ministre bi seeti woon wàlli gani tubaab yi di Yankuba Touré Mr Edward Singate nag dal dina weddi nag tuuma yooyu tey tamit nag ci kaw loolu weddi suubu tem ci bépp rey bu dëppoog mbiri Koro Cissé gannaaw boo xamee ni nag am na vidéo yoo xam ne wane nañ ko di seede yi ko yi fa jiitu woon ñoom ñëpp dal di woon nañu tudd ay turam ne daal moom moo dal di jiite woon nag rey gi nga xam ne nii reyoon nañ ko Ousmane Koro Cissé gannaaw jotaay bu yàgg ci diggante kii jiite woon looyaa yi ci penc mi xeñtu lu jëm ci wàlli ak lu jëm ci wàlli dëgg juboo ak ndampaañ di TRRC lead counsel Essa Faal ak Edward Singate bokk na nag ci ñi nga xam ne nii ñoo fi kuréeli soldat gi ko foon nguur di Armed Forces Provisional Ruling Council AFPRC seede yi nga xam ne nii joxe na ko nag di Edward Singate nekkoon vice chairman di ministre bi saytu wàlli kaaraange réew mi ak dal tax na de ay junne nit nag doon seetaan si télé yi ak di ko déglu ci rajo yi ni ki démb nag kàddu yi la yoo xam ne ni nag moo nekkoon li nga xam ne ni nag doomi réew mi Gambien si ak ñi nekkul doomi Gambien si daan xaar ci lu yàgg ci kaw loolu nag moom seede bi nag daal di woon na teew ni ki démb ci pencum TRRC ngir tontu nag ay laajte lu aju ci wàlli jàpp ak Sana Sabally ak ñi nga xam ne ni ñoo nekkoon di yëngu ci parti PPP bi ñoom nag nga xam ne ni dañ leen tuumaaloon dañ fexe woon pour génn nag def benn ñaxtu ci kaw loolu nag nekk beneen teew xew boo xam ne ni seede na ko lu aju nag ci wàlli li xewoon ci Denton Bridge ak itamit rey gi nga xam ne nii reyoon nañ ko ki fi nekkoon ministre ci jamono jooju ministre bi saytu woon wàlli keesi nguur gi Ousmane Koro Cissé te ñu wax ne ñu ngi ko reyoon ci kër Yankuba Touré nekkoon nag ministre bi saytu woon wàlli nguur gu ndaw gi ak suuf si di nag nekkoon na ci bokk na ci nag ci seede bi kàddu yi nga xam ne ni wax na ko te Gambien yu bari ñu ngi toogoon doon ko xaar ci kaw loolu nag ci commission bi nag daal di nañu waxtaan yi tamit lu aju ci wàlli jàpp ak ki fa nekkoon vice chairman ak nekkoon ministre bi saytu woon wàlli bi réew mi di Sabally ak Sadibou Haidara te tamit dal di woon na dëggal ne joxe woon na teen digal nag pour ñu jàpp leen waaye nag weddi na it ne moo leen yóbbuwoon ci kaso gu mag gi nekkee ci Banjul di Mile 2 Central Prison bu ñëwee nag ci wàlli tuuma yi nga xam ne nii wax nañ ko ci wàlli rey ak tamit jàpp ak yenn soldaar ak yeneen ñoo xam ne nii ay Gambien lañ ci réew mi moom seede bi nag dëggal na tamit ne dal dina gàddu ak yooyu ak tamit nag di jéggalu tamit ci turam ak ci turi ñi nga xam ne ñoo nekkoon kuréeli soldaar googu ci kaw loolu nag moom seede bi weddi na tamit tuuma yi nga xam ne nii teg nañ ko ci wàlle xëtt ak doomu aadama nga xam ne jàngoon na ko ci kanamam di kii di lead counsel Essa Faal léegi nag ci penc mi nga xam ne nii moom la ñuy ootee ci Banjul di ñi nga xam ne nii ay boroomi tomb tànk lañ ak ay kilifa bokk nag ci Ahmadiyya Muslim community bi ak yeneen i njiit yi diine yi ak nit ñi jóge ko fii ci réew mi ñoo toog nag ci seen ñaareeli penc moo xam ne ni ñu ngi waxtaanee wàlli jàmm si diwaani Afrique ñu doon ko defee ci Banjul di fan yoo xam ne ni bataaxel bi nag liñ ci nam waxtaanee rek mooy ngir nag ñu dal di dajale ay jéego ak nag ngir nag sottal nag fitna yi nga xam ne nii ñoo nekk ci diwaani Afrique ak tamit di xuutal jàmm Adja Mariama Ndiaye moom dal di nañu ci nettali lu gën a yaatu ci mbir moom.
réewi Gambia dalaloon na li nga xamante ne mooy ñaareelu ndajeewam fii si Afrika ñi ko doon tëral di Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat te jublu si rek di jàmm si biir àddina bi ndaje boobu nag liñ si jublu mooy siiwal jàmm ak nekkin bu rafet ci biir doomi aadama yi kii di Amir of Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat si réewi Gambia Baba F Trawali moom itamit ekkati na kaddu si aajo bi waral rek ñu bugg a ekkati lii di jàmm ak masla ci këru diine yi ci suñu biir muy nag gën a ñaax rek li nga xamante ne rek mooy diine islam ak li nga xamante ne mooy religionu jàmm bi nga xamante ne fu mu toll rek mu ngi siiwal cofeel ci biir doomi aadama yi kii di Bishop James Odigo moom itamit feeñal na aajoom si dëgëral jàmm si biir àdduna bi kii di Minister of Information and Communication Infrastructure di Ibrahima Silla moom itamit ekkati na kaddu rek di gën a firndeelu pas-pasu nguuri Gambia ngir dëgëral li nga xamante ne mooy këru diine yi ak masla bi fii ci biir réew mi Dr Ivan Attar bu Sudan moom tamit nga xamante ne ñu ngi ko jagleloon ndam boobu noonu ngir liggéey bi muy ekkati saay su nekk ci kaw li nga xamante ne mooy wàllu doomi Adama ki amee wàlli kaddu bi si li nga xamante ne mooy woon ndaje boobu di Assistant Secretary General bu United Nations His Excellency Karim Assad Ahmad Khan moom itamit joxe na ay jàngat ci wàllu diine islam ak yonent bu sell bi ak ba tey si ki nga xamante ne mooy njiitu Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat ci gaaral lépp luy wàllu jàmm si biir àddina bi ki leen ko doon jottali di seen xarit Adja Mariam Ndiaye.
ay téeméeri jëni tilapia nag ak ay picc ñoom lañ wax ne daal ñoo dal di dee ci géej gi nekkee ci Sifo ci West Coast Region ñi nekkee nag ci béréb boobu wax nañ ne li waral nag tefaar bi nag xamuñ ko Alaaji Modou Diouf moom itamit